Give me a minute, guys. Sigh. Okay. Oh boy. Well, it's a morning. Welcome in if you're there. Windows had an update this morning, and I missed one very vital thing. All right, let's try this trick again. And we'll add it back in. There we go. Alrighty. I know. It's always exciting when we have our Microsoft update in the morning. So far I've had to replug in my headset, my voice, my keyboard. I missed the camera. There we go. Let's just get this show on the road. My goodness. Apologies for the very slow start. Okay, here we go. I know, what was that about? Welcome in everyone to Final Fantasy XIV Online. Here we are with Melwib at the Beastman Aetheryte for the Sahagin. So, however, we have a bit of a quandary. We have some rising on as well, which is kind of cool. But let's go see what Melwib wants in her next in her next quest, Into the Heart of the World. Oh my gosh. All right. Melwib is brooding over Leviathan's return. Though our plight cries out for action, we must take thought. I'm sorry about my voice today too, guys. It's not going to do accents at all well. So long as Leviathan remains in the open sea, he is effectively beyond our reach. Our fleet is second to none, of that you may be sure, but Lim Lane herself would struggle to best the Lord of the World in his element. In a straight fight, he would make meat and matchwood of us. We need another plan, that much is plain. Let us return to Limsa and see if we cannot think of one. I shall await you in the command room. Very well. Give these guys time to leave. They're just going to abandon me here at the Aetheryte, admiring the view, wondering when the Sahagin are going to respawn and take offense at my presence. That's okay. We can fix that little red wagon. Off to Limsa. Bird, where do you... Goodness me. Budgie. He's like, right, that's it. You don't need me anymore. I'm out of here. Off to little Chocobo holiday resort. Ooh. Rightio. So I'm thinking what we might do first up today is we might take part in the 2026 Rising, because the next thing we got with our main story quest is we'll have the Lord of the World. Pardon me. So, and if I jump into queue waiting for that while we're doing the Rising, we're going to miss something really good with the Rising. So let's get into this year's Rising. So here we are at Limsa. To get to the Rising site, we need to jump over to the Ethernet, and then we need to toddle up to the Alf Castle and wander to find the minstrel. I guess we'll just very quickly we'll toddle upstairs. There he is over there. Alrighty, there's your Aft Castle. Your Aft Castle Ethernet shard. And if you just turn around, you'll see the wandering minstrel standing by the castle. It's a very somber event, this event. If you have a look, the decorations are quite muted. We have your rising attendant, which we can ask about the rising in. Before we do, let's jump quickly over into the Steam announcements. The Rising returns August 2027. Final Fantasy XIV celebrates its 13th anniversary. On Thursday, August the 27th, join us for the Rising as the realm commemorates another year of grand adventure. The event duration from Thursday, August the 27th, 2026 at 12 a.m. PDT, 0700 GMT, 0800 BST, and 1700 or 5 p.m. and AEST. So, and it runs until Thursday, September the 10th, which is 2 days after, if I get this right. No, forget I said that. Okay, Thursday, September the 10th, 2026. Actually, no, I did get that right, which is 2 days after, I think, isn't it? I thought they moved that to the 28th. Oh, anyway, from what I understand, it is 2 days after 7.56 drops. Alrighty. There's something else on the 28th. It's okay. Radio. So September 10th, 2026 at 7:59 a.m. PDT, 14:59 GMT, 15:59 BST, and Friday the 11th of September at 00:59 AEST. That is its ending date. How to participate. Begin the quest, The Symphony of Life, by speaking to the Wandering Minstrel in Limsa Laminza Upper Deck X11O and Y128, which actually is just, as you saw, down the stairs and opposite, almost opposite the Aetheryte. Rightio. Players must be level 15 and above to start this quest. And certain items available during previous iterations of the event can be obtained via the Rising vendor. So we can visit the special site for more details. And that will tell us once we agree to let Steam leave us leave their site. Let us leave their site. That will tell us the event items that are happening. There looks like there's some, oh wow, some more wall art. I really do need to save up for an apartment. Okay, then we can put all the wall art up until I run out of space again. We'll get there. Rightio. Let's wander. So, this is our rising attendant. Let's have a quick chit chat with her. Hi. In looking at the past, we take solace in the present and think of what the future may hold. That is the very essence of the Rising. This year, we have prepared a spectacular fireworks celebration. It is sure to enthrall everyone in attendance. The Rising is a period of remembrance that commemorates those lives that were lost during the great tragedy that was the Calamity. We also pay tribute to the unsung heroes who risked life and limb that others might know a brighter future. And so the streets are decorated with somber trappings and the night skies filled with vibrant fireworks. May the solemn atmosphere and bright lights above spur us to reflect on the doom portended by Dalamud, that we might give thanks for the present and muster hope for a brighter tomorrow. Wow. And that is why we have such somber lighting and decor for this event. It's a commemoration. What everyone's interested in usually is the Rising vendor. So this year at your Rising vendor, you can get your tabletop Rising advertisement. We need a bookshelf for those. And then you get the wall advertisements for... Okay, the tabletop 2025 advertisement and the Rising wall advertisement, I think that's 2024. My Roman numeral's a little bit rusty. Realm Reborn Red Seasonal Miscellany, special vintage of sparkling wine. We can get some magic prisms, some meteor showers, some crackers, and some Nemea potpourri as well if you like to shower petals and things on your people. Alrighty. That's about that. Let's get this thing off. Enough chit chat. Time to get to work. The Wandering Minstrel. Hi. The Symphony of Life. The Wandering Minstrel is concerned for a visitor to Vilbrand. This quest is available for a limited time only. Sure thing. You are an adventurer, if I am not mistaken. And you are called Mistwalker, you say? Well met, my friend. I am a humble minstrel, and 'tis a stroke of serendipity that you should approach me here and now. You see, just earlier, I chanced to meet a woman who is looking for an acquaintance. Being a visitor to Vilbrand, however, she struggles to make headway and could use the assistance of a reliable adventurer. If you are willing to provide your aid, I should be glad to compensate you for your troubles. I only ask that you share the details with me afterwards. As a minstrel, I am ever in search of inspiration for song, and much can be had during the rising when we remember the past, even as we look to the future. So what say you? Will you do me this favor? I sure will. I like the minstrel. I am truly grateful. Without further ado, I bid you seek out the woman in question, a keeper of the moon garbed in red. She was making inquiries over at the aft castle, and is like to still be there. While you attend her, I shall be nearby taking in the observance. I look forward to hearing your report at the conclusion of your task. The aft castle. In a Titan spot, we need to pick that up as well. But what we're looking for is the Symphony of Life, which is back upstairs. I know, this is, I think it's got to be one of my favorite events of the year. Usually always makes me cry. Usually makes me cry the first time I play it. So hopefully I've got that out of my system now. We'll see how that goes. Oh dear. It looks like an unfruitful conversation. Oh. Still not so much as a clue. Where could she have gotten to? Yes? Is there something? The minstrel sent you to help me? Well now, how very thoughtful of him. I must admit I'm at my wit's end. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Barthomolko, a member of Orchestra Gridania, and as you've already heard, I'm searching for someone. Can I truly count on your aid? So the person I seek is a woman named Anamuali. I have to find her. I simply have to. Is she a loved one? Okay, that'd be a no. The loved one? Perish the thought. She's my biggest rival, and I need to settle matters with her. Nimueli is a musician like me, and we've been battling it out in exams and competitions for years now. Freakishly talented is Nimueli. Looks carefree as you please, but no one immerses themselves in music like her, and her expressiveness is second to none. As hard as I practice, more often than not, she'd get the better of me. But then she disappeared, just up and left, some time after the calamity struck. Word has it she became an adventurer, but it makes no sense. She had poured her life into music. Why would she suddenly cast it aside? She hasn't been seen in Gridania since then, and for a while I'd feared the worst. But then an acquaintance involved in the rising told me that she's been seen in Limsa Laminza, and I made my way over as fast as I could. Not that I care for her or anything. I want to give her a piece of my mind is all. Tell her to return to music and not waste her talents. But since arriving here, I haven't found a single clue. I'm not sure where to begin looking. Well, drinking holes are always a good bet. The Adventurers Guild. There are probably sure. Well, if she joined the Adventurers Guild, maybe they'll know something. Let's try that. The Adventurers Guild might know something. Indeed, in which case we'll want to head to the tavern yonder. The drowning something? Come on. There we go. The drowning wench girl. All right, now I need to remember where the etherite is so that I can head down the stairs. I reckon if we head for the drowning wench, we'll keep the fishbowl on our left. Head down. There we are. There we go. All right. So there's events like this all the way through the year. Some parts of the year are quieter than others, but this part of the year tends to be a little busy. And I always look forward to this one. Bartumolko. Right, the drowning wench, that was the name. How macabre. Anyway, let's try speaking with the barkeep first. Well, if it ain't Miss Walker, I'll ask what you're having, but you don't look as though you're here for food and drink. What can I do you for then? Well, an adventurer what hails from Gridania, name of Namuli. Ah, right, the Archer lass. I remember signing her up and seeing her running around these parts. That being said, we ain't supposed to divulge the particulars of guild members. Well, I suppose there's no harm in sharing a thing or two. After the calamity, we had no shortage of inquiries for missing persons, and I understand the pain of not knowing what's become of your own. The tail on these Bakota is so expressive. Since signing up with the guild, Anamwili's mainly taken on the little tasks, delivering packages, clearing away debris, and I searching for people too. That's rather unexpected. I'd assumed adventurers did grander things like exploring new lands and solving mysteries. Otherwise, why would Nimwili give up her life's passion? Some few adventurers embark on grand quests and accomplish great feats, 'tis true enough. But most are content to make a difference in folks' everyday lives, and Anna Wheely struck me as a sort who simply enjoyed helping others. You also have to remember the calamity turned lives upside down. I expect she had her reasons for choosing a new path. Now then, if you wants to track down your friend, the quickest way would be through her work. Of late, she's been taking on a bunch of jobs for the Rising, and old Linsgath was one of her clients. You could do worse than have a chat with the bloke. It's a fair distance to the Bismarck, and I'd hate for our visitor to run afoul of Lims's less savoury elements. Make sure she gets there where she needs to go safely, eh? Yeah, we can do that. Thank you, Baderon. I'll keep your words in mind. Don't mention it, lass, and whatever it is you intend afterwards, I pray you're able to reunite with Anna Muili. Well, Batu, I'd wanted to tell Nimwili to give up adventuring and return to music, but now I'm not so sure. What led her to make her choice? By retracing her steps, perhaps I can understand her better. I must say, it's amazing how quickly we managed to pick up her trail with your help. I'm also impressed that Baderon remembers the adventurers he's met. Right, let's do as suggested and seek out Master Linsgath. Pray lead the way. Escort. What escorting entails. Certain duties require that one or more NPCs accompany you in order to proceed with quest objectives. You must keep them at your side and make your way to a designated location. So long as you remain in the same area, NPCs accompanying you will remain at your side, even when using teleport or the Ethernet. It is possible to ride mounts or swim while escorting NPCs. Please note, however, they will not appear at your side until you dismount or leave the water. You may also speak with NPCs while escorting them. Furthermore, you may encounter conversation points along the way, which offer additional topics of conversation. These points will also be indicated on your map. Parting ways with NPCs. When speaking with NPCs, you'll be given the option to part ways. You will also part ways automatically when changing areas. If you part ways with an NPC, you may return to the starting point and speak with them to try again. Which is why we don't want to be in queue when we're doing this. Alrighty. Your next objectives require escorting. They do indeed. I was about to go in the wrong direction. We are heading for the Culinarians Guild. Limsy, you would think it would be easy to not get turned around in this city, but my goodness. As straightforward a layout as it is, it's still full of twists and turns. That made no sense, I'm sorry. So here we go. Alrighty. I mean, we could have just teleported to the Ethernet shard, but I mean, it's just as quick this way, I think. Bathu. Discuss the Bismarck. See, there's our ability to part ways. So this is the Bismarck? Did you know, Miss Walker? This place is famous not only for its cuisine, but for hosting soirees with renowned musicians as well. It's a great honor to be invited to perform here, and Nimwili and I used to make a big fuss about who would get the call first. Uh-huh. Rightio. Linsgath, you say? There he is. Well now, you've two got questions written all over your faces. What's it you be needin'? You see? Ah, yes. Nimwili helped us set up a stall for the rising, she did. The festival's close to her heart, apparently, and she worked like a woman possessed. We finished in no time, thanks to her. I see. Did she mention where she was lodging, by any chance? Not to me, she didn't. She was also helping the Yellow Jackets with the fireworks, though, so mayhap you wants to talk to a yo-yo over at Coral Tower. The Keepers of the Peace in Limsa Laminza. Thank you. We'll head there at once. There you go. Coral Tower. Let's go this way. Now we've chatted here. Did I miss a chat point on the other side? No. I know. I think that that blue marker we can see is the cuisine job career. All right. Now where am I going? This way. Oh, definitely this way. Well, Batu. Oh, actually, have a look at what these guys are saying. They're perfect. The two of you are a great help. We're glad to be of service. Just turn them a little bit. I know I missed the full conversation, but when you come into here, pay attention to what this little cluster of people is saying, because it's part of your story. All right, let's discuss them. Are the herbs to your satisfaction? Aye, they're perfect. You two never let me down. We're glad to be of service. Oh, I didn't know it repeated. That's good. There are adventurers in this apothecary too, delivering herbs by the sounds of it. When you think about it, we rely on adventurers for many things in everyday life. That being said, no matter how essential the task, surely Nimwili doesn't need to be the one to do them. She has incredible talent as a musician and loved being one. What could have happened to make her abandon her path? Well, who says she's abandoned it? That way. I like this little mini map. It helps me stay on track, especially when I pick up every quest in sight, usually. Alright, where are we going? We're looking for... Aha, we're looking for this lady here. She's tiny and hard to miss, okay? Oh, hello there. You stand within the Coral Tower, headquarters of the Yellow Jackets. Is there an incident you wish to report? Not really, but... Aye, we had Animueli procure us some ingredients for the fireworks. Can't have too much of the flame and colours this time of year, as I'm sure you can appreciate. As I understand it, she wants to aid them as suffer in the calamity's wake, and was keen as mustard to be involved with aught to do with the rising. Is that so? If you wants to know where she is, I suggest you speak with Dorothea, the headmistress of Limland Shoals. Unwilly regularly lends her a hand at the orphanage. When I chanced upon Dorothea earlier, she was on her way to have a cup of tea with the missing member. At the missing member, so she's like to be over at the Alf Castle. If you can find her, might be as she can direct you to your friend. She's a rival, not a friend, but I'll do as you suggest and look for Miss Dorothea. Thank you for your advice. Wow, okay then. A rival, not a friend. Now, do we want to make the jog? Actually, let's make the jog, just in case there's any more bits and pieces we can miss. We might miss if we don't. I'll get there. Alright, so we've done this one. And we did the one down by the Culinarians Guild. So... I suppose we could go faster than a jog. What do you reckon? No, let's just take in the sights. I'm actually just admiring this costume. It's like, what is that dangling down the back there? It's pretty. I don't know if you can make it or get it as a separate piece though. It would be an interesting sort of glam, wouldn't it? I like how you can hear the music in the background just ever so softly. And I'm lost again. Oops. Lost and running into walls. Well, we're doing well this morning. Probably a good thing I'm not in a dungeon today. Yet. Oh. The little one. Begging your pardon, but might you be Miss Dorothea of Limland Shoals? This one. That's me, all right. And who might ye be? Way too happy to find you, I think. So I'm looking for... So that's the way of it. Nimwilly's been doing all sorts of odd jobs for us, from making repairs around the place to procuring necessities. All the children adore her. Ain't that right, Richa? Well, we met this little one last year's Rising. Now, she made me cry. Nimwilly always plays songs for us. Beautiful, soothing songs. She still performs, even now. Most of the little ones at the shoals lost their families in the calamity. Years on, they still suffer from nightmares and anxiety. Music that Nimwilia plays comforts them like nothing else. To know to do that, she herself must have known tragedy too. So she didn't abandon her passion, but rather shares it. Mistwalker, at first I thought only to convince Nimwili to return to music. But now I understand why she made her choice. What she's doing is meaningful, and it wouldn't be right to tell her to give it up. So, what should I say to her when we meet? I'm at a complete loss. She had this scolding all planned out. Oh no. You're Nimwilly's friend, right? Do you miss her? Oh no, that's just why you travelled the realm. We're not friends, but rivals. That's right, rivals. Look at the look. Uh-oh. Ah, who am I fooling? To have her not only disappear, but take up a dangerous trade besides? I've missed her as well as feared for her. And when I imagine that I wouldn't be able to strive beside her or hear her music anymore, it's too much to bear. Then, when you find Nimwili, tell her you're glad to see her again. You never know when a loved one will be taken from you, so make sure to leave nor unsaid. This is something, as I've learned over the years. Now then, if you'd been bent on making Nimwili go back, then I would have feigned ignorance. But as it stands, I see no reason to hide her whereabouts. You'll find her in Aleport, over in Western Lannister. I'm very sorry, guys. That's hit me a little hard. The area was hard hit by the calamity, and she went there to do her bit. Take the ferry in front of the Fishermen's Guild. It sails straight to the port. Oh dear, I will. Thank you, both of you. We'll get there. Just let me get a mop. Be seeing you. Oh dear. So yes, the Rising is a little bit about loss and a little bit about hope. Actually, it's a lot about hope. And about recovering from loss, it's pretty good. But that one hits a little hard because, yeah, had a couple of losses in the last couple of years. Only I did not expect it to hit me this hard this morning. So there you go. Never know. Alrighty, let's go down to the Fisherman's Guild. Holy dooly. Like I said, the Rising is one of my favorite events of the year because it's got this very somber thread through it, but it's got this thread of hope through it too. It's really, really good that way. Let's go. Batumolko. In the course of searching for Nimwili, I've come to realize many things. For one, if I tried to make her go home, she isn't like to listen. No, we'd probably end up shouting at each other and parting on bad terms. The last thing I want, and I'm truly grateful to you and everyone for opening my eyes. Sorry, that's the last thing I want, and I'm truly grateful to you and everyone for opening my eyes. Now, just to confirm, but you're coming to Airport too, yes? I'm starting to feel a little nervous and could use the support. Yes, Airport. Now, you could just teleport to Airport if you wanted to use the Ethernet shard. You just jump into your teleport section and you would head on down to Airport and click that thing and you would be up at the Ether ride in no time flat. Ah, man, still leaking eyes. And but we're going to catch the ferry on over and purchase passage to Airport this way. It's cheaper for a start, but it's also not a bad boat ride. This ferry's bound for Airport. Are you riding with us? I sure am. Let's go. I know, she just abandoned me again, left me on the docks. I'll see you there. Nimwili? Not Nimwili. Oh my god, that's who we're looking for. Okay, now that's him. If we had taken the etherite, we would have been a lot closer to where she is, but that's okay. Look at this misty morning we've got. It's a bit like home here, actually. It's misty outside. I was out there at about 4:30. Alrighty, Batu Molko, here you go. According to Mr. Atia, Nimwili should be working in this area. And we're back. So, where do you want the crate? That voice! It's her! Oh, wow. Let's see, there's another glam. Why, thanks, lass. You're always a great help. I'll take it from here so you can run along, collect your reward. When you have time, come and play some songs at our village again, eh? You can do that. All right. Go on. Oh, dear. Come on, girl. Nimwili, I found you at last. I know, right, Misty? Not what we were expecting. Batu! Good gods, it's been so long. Oh. It's been so long? That's all you have to say? You vanished with nary a word. No one knew where you were. Do you have any idea how worried I've been? But what's all this all of a sudden? I feel as if I'm missing something. Well, you see. Huh, so you thought I'd given up music and came all this way to drag me back. It's flattering in a way. That was the original plan anyway, before I learned that you've been dedicating yourself to those who suffered in the calamity, that you've been using music to bring people comfort. My father fought and fell at Cartano, and when my sickly mother died after that. It made me stop and consider what I truly wanted to achieve with the gifts I have. It didn't take long to arrive at the answer. I wanted to share the joy of music with all who strive to make their way in our calamity-ravaged world. Yes, I understand that now. Yours is a worthwhile calling. And I won't try to convince you to come back. Still, I can't help but feel sad. I had assumed you'd always be there as my rival, but then you gave that up and found another path. Huh? Gave up? Hardly. You've always pushed me forward with your relentless pursuit of perfection, and I felt that I needed to find my own sound. One day I hope to express my experiences on this journey in song, and when I do, you had better still be there with your skills as sharp as ever. Oh, wow. Aha! Spoken like a true rival. All this time I've been running around in circles. It goes without saying that you can do as you please, but I want you to promise me one thing. Uh-oh. Wherever you are, stay safe and visit me from time to time. That's two things, but all right, I can do that much. Mistwalker, meeting Namuli again has taken a weight off my heart. And I can't thank you enough for accompanying me all this way. I'm truly glad that the minstrel sent you. Now then, you and I have some catching up to do. I want to know everything. Where you've been, what you've seen, the songs you've played as both a friend and a rival. Oh, oh no. You've seen Batu Malku's quest to find her dear friend to a happy conclusion. The wandering minstrel will be eager for your report. Oh my goodness. Well, here I am staring at these two having a private conversation. Well, let's not do that anymore. Let us head on back to report to not Heyman at the Pugilist Guild. I don't think he's interested in song. Okay, I take that back. He probably is interested in song, provided it's accompanied by dancers. Let's go and speak with the wandering minstrel in Limsa. We might catch our return and take a free trip on back. Goodness me. Ha, again, apologies. Let's grab it. There we are. That was a bit unexpected for me. Here we go. Alrighty. Wow, that is insane. Oh, that's our dancer quest. I know, we've got our dancer quest here. And we have our blue mage quest over there. And in, well, where does Beastmaster start? Soonish. That was not a lot of, anyway. Right, we're looking for the musician. He's probably upstairs at the Elf Castle. Let's go. Upstairs. Upper deck? Oh, somewhere there. Right. Are we ready for this one? Wandering Minstrel. Welcome back, my friend. By your elated expression, I take it you met with success in your search. I did indeed. Do you know what? This is what happened. So, the two friends whose paths diverged after the calamity were happily reunited during the rising, with each gaining newfound understanding for the other. 'Tis a joyous outcome, and I am glad I entreated your aid. I must say it is quite fascinating how we define ourselves through our connections. Our endeavours may be our own and no one else's, yet there are often others who walk the self-same path, and their presence can serve to guide and inspire. Be it a shining beacon, a warming flame, or a consuming blaze, how those individuals are perceived may vary, but it is by virtue of their existence that we are able to see where we presently stand. Yes, I believe I have the makings of a new verse, and I owe it to you. If you have time still, I should like to hear your tale in more detail. Will you not join me for the fireworks? Minstrel, I would be honoured. Oh, look at this. It's always sunset for these fireworks. It's beautiful. We have a moment before the display begins. While we wait, will you not lend an ear to my verse? It is a song of comfort and hope, dedicated to all who forge on in the calamity's wake. Oh, wow. Here we go. I am not singing this, by the way. I do not have the voice for it. Oh, thank goodness. Ooh. Greetings, warrior of light. Who are you? Ah, he looks The minstrel always reminds me of Yoshi P, right? This guy reminds me of someone too, and I can't put my finger on it. This is a world that exists outside your reality. Could it be a dream? A flight of fancy conjured by your weary mind? Perhaps, or perhaps not. 'Tis a pleasure to make your acquaintance. My name is Naoki Yoshida, and I have beckoned you here that I might express my gratitude. Lest you wonder, an enchanting concert is to be held at this venue, and I have come to attend it. Music is about the joy of the, is about enjoying sound. Everyone should be able to enjoy it freely. These are the words of a comrade and composer. Really? I wonder who said that. Looking back, I marvel at how long we've been on this journey with you and yours. We have experienced good times and bad, partaken of the sweet and the bitter both. But through it all, ever did music resound, captivating and wondrous. This is true. Even as our journey unfolded, many events have taken place in the world beyond, events that shape our values and way of life. I, for one, have changed with them, and I am quite certain you have as well. So it only follows that this world too must undergo change. Okay. A transformation driven by our hope that your journey will always be worthwhile. As we forge ahead, nothing would please us more than to continue having you there beside us. As we forge ahead, nothing would please us more than to continue having you there beside us, enjoying the adventures freely to the accompaniment of marvelous music. Now, the time has come for this vision to end, time for your eyes to open from this waking dream. This world shall yet endure, and as we continue on our way, I pray that the notes that resound from each of us shall have occasion to rise together once more in harmony. Till that day, I wish you safe and happy travels. Fare you well. Well, there's a promise. Wow. It just struck me that next year's Rising will be held after 8.0 comes out. I am looking forward to that. Countless souls abide in this world, and the connections we forge with one another give rise to the symphony of life. In the course of your journeys, you will have heard such music. You yourself have been a performer, creating music with those around you. In recognition of this, I wish to dedicate to you another verse, that your footfalls may resound for all to hear. Like I said, I'm not going to try and sing this. Oh, I love this bit. Here we go. Upon the wind they echo far, the songs of life upon our star. With journeys mark the land abounds, beyond the morrow to resound. Though sun may set and twilight fall, the stars agleam on blackened pall, our songs shall e'er light the way and guide us forth to break of day. As we make our way in the journey of life, we choose with whom we walk. Sometimes, however, someone may appear upon the road unannounced, and we find ourselves taken in directions we had not imagined. Ooh. For instance, had you not lent young Bathu your aid, she and Anamuili would not enjoy the connection they now share. To thus appear before others is your destiny, I dare say, and I cannot help but wonder what you will see and hear in your journeys to come. Whoops. When next we meet, I pray you will regale you. I'll get there eventually. When next we meet, I pray you will regale me with your tales once more. There's such a good smile he has too. That just happy, somber smile. There you go, guys. Another rising for the year. We gained 1440 XP, some coin, and a wind up Wook Lamat. Minion, an adventurer like you could hardly resist. No, I could not. You have unlocked the toy chest. Open the toy chest found in any inn room to play minigames. What? Okay, that is something I haven't played with. Achievement unlocked. Thankful 13. 13th anniversary. Congratulations. Thank you for the promise. You'll be around for a 14th at the very least, and many more to come. Let's have a quick chat to the Wandering Minstrel. He looks like he's not yet done with us. Huh. Prelude's Call. The Wandering Minstrel regards you with a curious gaze. This quest is available for a limited time only. Still savouring the afterglow of the fireworks, are you? You look somewhat dazed, as if you have just awakened from a dream. You actually had a dream, you say, and in it you met an individual who bore an uncanny resemblance to me. I did. While I know not the significance of your vision, I have an inkling as to this enchanting concert that was mentioned. You are otherwise unoccupied. Would you care to attend it together? Ooh, yes, I would. Excellent. Let us make our way to Makedo's Amphitheatre and Old Gridania at once. Old Gridania, you say? Well, let's not waste any time with that then. New Gridania first, however. Oh, that's interesting. So that was, well, that would be why he looked familiar. No, it wouldn't. Maybe? I don't know. Let's head on to Makedo's Amphitheatre, because where else would a performance be had, and did we not recognize where we were in that vision? Let's go. There should be, here we are. Very well. We've already spoken to our rising attendant. And there's our wandering, wow. Hang on, minstrel. Let me just have a look at the scenery. I know the lavender looks really different with the things in front of it. There's our piano. Well, someone's piano. Not an interactable object at this point. I wonder if it ever becomes one. I didn't check that. Wandering minstrel. It appears we have arrived during an intermission. Do you see the piano on the stage? Well, you're a minstrel. It's a piano, surely? It is there for one and all to play during the rising. As young Anamuili would say, oops, I've lost it, if it can even restore faded memories to vibrant life, together with emotions they once evoked. With these wondrous effects in mind was the piano set up. 'Tis quite inspired, is it not? Ah, a performer has taken the stage. Oh, now you give me something to poke to get move the dialogue along. Oh, that looks familiar too. The chicken head doesn't. This unmistakable arpeggio. Could it be? Minstrel? This song is familiar to me. The performer could well be an esteemed predecessor of mine. There is only one way to know for certain. I shall go and speak with him after he has finished playing. Ooh, he's very excited about this. Why? Apologies for the wait. Oh, my suspicions were correct. Permit me to introduce to you the legendary composer. Nay, it isn't my place to reveal his identity, not when he has gone to such lengths to remain anonymous that he might simply delight in music with us. Know, however, that you have been touched by his works, somewhere out there. This I guarantee. This woman is an accomplished adventurer, and a renowned hero besides. Might you have any words you would like to offer her? Ah, greetings, adventurer. Tell me, have you been enjoying the music that colors your journey? I really have. Misty? Oh, who do we know? The question I also pose to you, over yonder. It is not only the battles and stories or the music which brings them to life, but how you choose to interact with the game that truly shapes the experience. For being part of this final yet unending fantasy, I give you my heartfelt thanks. As a token of my gratitude, please accept this gift. Oh, and do remember the name, Kontiki. It's a little project of mine. Mm. I had to look this up last night, um, and there is indeed a Kontiki and a composer, and I haven't quite managed to cement all the details in because my time in the game has been a bit shorter than a lot of others. But don't mention anything to our minstrel friend, though. Aw, the minstrel's like, what? It seems you are privy to a secret, but worry not. I am not one to pry. Now then, enveloped in the warmth of enchanting music, I shall return to my wanderings. After all, the adventure promises to continue for quite some time to come. He's like, look at these three just chatting away. Prelude's Call. We earned some XP and some gold, and we picked up Matoya's Cave, Modulation Orchestrion Roll, Eternal Wind, and Xenarkand. I haven't actually listened to those individually yet, but there we go. 3 Orchestrion Rolls for your collection. Wow. So, I know. How do we follow that little thing? Oh, there he is. He's still playing. That's so nice. Is his frog friend still there? Look. Does he speak? No. He just enjoys the music. That's kind of beautiful. Alrighty. Let's jump into our backpack here. Oh Lord. What have I got in here? Mm-hmm. I know. We're gonna have to go put those in a retainer. That is our Wooklamat minion. And these are our orchestrion rolls. We'll just pop these away. There we go. Okay, orchestrion, if you hit O on your keyboard, no, you come to the wrong area. What am I doing? I'm going to have to look it up. Under social, I think. No, where do I find orchestrion again? Alright, minion guide first. In our minions, we now have a new minion, the Wooklamat minion. This automaton, designed in the likeness of Wooklamat, was commissioned by a certain member of the royal family to commemorate the anniversary of her father's ascension. When the celebrations were delayed due to the right of succession, however, the units were exported to Eorzea instead. Alrighty, and then we're looking for orchestrion rolls, and do you think I can remember where to find them in here? Let's find out. Under logs, of course. Control O is the thing. So this is your orchestrion roll list. And if we look up Xenocan modulation, we'll find it's under seasonal orchestrion rolls, which I think, there we are, is this button here. So these are the orchestrion rolls that you'll pick up during different events. And as you can see, this is a relatively new character, so she's only been to one event, so she just has these. But there you go. Otherwise, if you're into collecting them, you have a whole list here that tells you where to find them. Not all of them are available for purchase. Some of them need to be hunted out in dungeons, found in trials, or raids. I'm not sure where to find these. It'll tell me. Residential areas. There you go. Oh my gosh, and there's some in quests. Rightio. So those are your equestrian rolls. Now, we were doing main story quests. So, if I get my finger off the wrong button, we'll be fine. There we go. Let us head on over here. First, we'll offload a few things from our backpack. Looks like I've got a whole panel free, so it's not too desperate. And we should decide which direction to head in. There are a few things we need to do to make our journey better. I think probably the next thing we need to do is we'll fix our inventory. Then we'll head on back to Limsa Laminza and we'll have a quick chit chat with the Admiral. I have about an hour before I need to end stream, so why don't we see if we can get the next trial to kick in that time, or raid, or whatever it is. We'll work it out. Hello, Ren. This cat has brought you a present, madam. I wish she wouldn't say that. This is our venture report. She's brought me 5 more crayfish. Yeah, let's confirm that. And let's see if we can send her on a new venture. Waterside exploration, what does that do? Exploration ventures. One of 2 main venture types. Exploration sends your retainer to scour the terrain of your choosing for, hopefully, precious items. There is no telling what he or she will find. Indeed, there are certain rare items which can only be obtained through ventures, so make a point of dispatching your retainer as often as your resources allow. 18 hours. Well, it should be a while coming back from that, but we do have enough venture coins to send her, so we'll assign her on that one. It also it doesn't mean you lose contact with them. It just means that they're off on a venture. And certain retainers get grumpy if you interrupt them. Do we have space in our backpack? What? Oh, we're putting all the things. Hey, Ren, how do you feel about painting? Oh, paintings. We need to go and buy the pictures for this year's festival. Memories and stuff. Alrighty. We will put this away. These are my alchemical experiments. We're not done with that yet. What was that? Oh, shroud seedlings. Okay. We definitely want those in there. Eventually I'm going to have to split the ingredients between 2 retainers. And while I have had advice that it's really not, you know, that there are too many ingredients, you're right about that, but sometimes it's just handy to have a few available straight up, especially when you're first starting out. Let's just move all of those. At least this way I know that I'm not putting in one retainer what I already have in the other. There we go. Let us sort that. Boom. Radio. So there's a couple of things we need to do at this point. In our journal, we are at. So we need to do the civilized men and women and take that one off. Highway robbery is an unlocked quest for our Sahagin, I think. No, they came from the deepest Sahagin. Highway robbery is kobolds. These are all crafting. So Lancer, carpentry, botany, unlocking Hawk Manor Hard, I think. No, sorry, unlocking the Palace of the Dead. So this is a deep dungeon. Fear Odin and the Shroud unlocks Earth's Font. Hard to get to pop in Duty Finder, but it does happen occasionally. Crafting Peace for Thanalan is our lizard person thing. Corpse Groom, Tamtara Deepcroft Hard. That is a good story. Titan Spot. Okay, we need to kick that one off as well. Heart of the Whirl is where we're going next. Of course in Limsa. Let's go. Alright. And we need to do our crafting because I can't desynthesize things that I need to desynth. And I don't like just selling them for 1 or 2 gold. Rightio. Where are we going? We are off to see the Admiral. A bit like off to see the Wizard, only different. Let's go. Aft Castle, upper decks. No, lower decks. What do you want, girl? Just turn around and walk through the big red circle. Big red sign under here. It's easy enough to see. Alright, give me a minute. Alrighty. Now, where are we going? We're going to go and see an Admiral. Someone's happy. That's a Voyager come to visit. Always good to see them. So I think I've said before, I'm on probably the quietest world in Oceania with this character, which is good and sometimes a little bit hard, but not too bad. You are expected in the command room. Pray do not keep the Admiral waiting. Alright, let's go. Okay.
There you.
Oh no.
Some years prior to the Maelstrom's founding, Leviathan rose from the briny depths and set about unleashing watery hell upon us. On that occasion, the company of heroes put him down before he could do too much damage. But when the bastard came next, this time in the wake of the calamity, we were not so fortunate. Weary of ravaging our shoreline, he summoned a tidal wave which fair leveled Hearthstone and washed the soil away for good measure.
The area was subsequently occupied by the Sahagin.
Aye, the thrice-damned creatures transformed it into a spawning ground for their brood.
Okay.
Given the quantity of crystal stolen to feed him and his legion of thralls, we can be fairly sure that Leviathan is stronger now than in his previous incarnations. If that sea demon is left to wreak havoc, what befell Hearthstone may well befall a larger settlement, even Limsa. That cannot happen. The Primal must be stopped.
Okay.
That was ever our objective, Admiral. But how are we to achieve it? The sea is Leviathan's uncontested domain. The ships of the 3rd Squadron could not close to within 100 yards of the Primal, nor could their cannons pierce his defenses.
I have read the reports, Master Thancred.
Ooh.
Our warships may as well have been bloody pleasure barges for all the good they did. 7 hells! Is there no way that we might strike back?
The company of heroes defeated Leviathan, having first lured him into an inlet, but we must needs contend with him upon the open sea. It will avail us little to consult past experience.
Admiral, if I may.
Speak freely, Marshal.
By all accounts, Leviathan's most formidable weapon is the very sea itself. Waves and whirlpools, tides and currents, all these things are his to command. The key to victory, I believe, lies in disarming our foe.
Where have we heard that voice before?
This, in effect, is what the company of heroes achieved with their ruse. We cannot lure Leviathan from the sea a second time. But what if we could weaken his hold upon the element of water? I have heard of devices capable of such wonders. They draw upon the power of corrupted crystals, I am told. If mounted upon a ship, such a device might be used to prevent Leviathan from bringing the full force of the sea to bear against us,
This is true.
rendering him no more dangerous than any other sea serpent.
Of course! Sid built a similar device to grant the Enterprise safe passage through Garuda's Tempest, did he not?
He did. And we picked up a lot of wrong
Begging your
stones on the way.
pardon, my lady, but to give credit where it's due, this is something I heard from an old arcanist friend of mine.
It makes little difference who thought of it first, so long as it works. Beg the specifications of this device from your friend, and I shall pass them on to our people at Naldic and Vermelis.
All right.
But before we proceed any further, I would voice one concern. Piercing Garuda's defenses is one thing. Suppressing Leviathan's attacks, quite another.
Maybe.
In matters of science, I am as a babbling babe. But I cannot well imagine that such a feat would be possible without a veritable
Hey,
mountain
good morning
of
to you,
corrupted
Lucky.
crystals. The question being, do we have a ship big enough to bear such a burden?
Mayhap not, Admiral, but two might. Recall you the tale of Mistbeard's greatest haul? It is said that he lashed 2 ships together, side by side, the better to bear his plunder. By your leave, we might attempt to repeat the trick. The gods know it would be quicker than building a new vessel.
This is true.
Mistbeard did this. Truly, Marshal, upon the subject of the Pirate King, you are as a scholar.
Mm-hmm.
Now, from what I have gleaned of these matters, the device will need to be in close and constant proximity to the target. To wit, we must lash our twin vessel to Leviathan.
Leviathan.
This in
Right
itself
then.
will be no small feat. Ramming speed will be required,
Mm-hmm.
but given the weight of the cargo, that will only be attainable with the aid of a towing vessel.
Right.
Suffice it to say, the task of piloting said vessel will entail considerable danger, and I would not ask it of another. I volunteer myself.
Way to go.
'Twill be
I can
dangerous for
remember his
all
voice.
involved, but we have no better recourse. Very well. Commodore, assemble the remnants of the fleet at Morabee Bay.
Morabee.
Give priority to our soundest vessels. The repairs can wait. Storm Marshal Slafierson, command of the operation is yours. I want that twin vessel ready to sail post-haste.
Oh, wow.
At once, Admiral.
And then there is the small matter of slaying the beast. The fate of Limsa Lominsa rests upon your shoulders once again. Go well, warrior of light.
All right. Okie dokie. Yuri. Was it you got it? Beings held as gods also exist in what you call the Far East. Legends tell us that they walked among us in days of yore, but I confess that I never truly believed them. That I should live to behold one is humbling and horrifying in equal measure. Now that I have come face to face with a primal, I do begin to understand why the Ghanaians fear them so. What is it? A message, Admiral. I judged it best that it be delivered at once. I am listening. According to the Yellow Jackets, a man has appeared who claims to have defeated Leviathan. Oh no. One of the company of heroes? The details are yet hazy, Admiral. We have dispatched one of our own to question the individual. I'm disinclined to put any store by this claim, and even should it be true, it is as Istola said, none save the company of heroes have bested Leviathan, and we know how they went about it. If this man is of their number, what could he tell us that we do not know already? And yet, having wagered Limsa's survival on 2 ships, some rope, and a pile of crystals, can we afford to ignore this man? If his testimony could yield us in any manner of advantage, should we not hear it? Damn it all! The twin vessel will soon be ready. We have no time to wait for the Maelstrom's report on this supposed Primal Slayer's claim. Mistwalker, seek him out and learn what he knows. At the very least, it will spare you the torment of waiting for the reckoning in idleness. The man you're looking for is believed to be a resident of the Grey Fleet in Lower Lanosea. The storm private sent to question him should already be in the vicinity. May your journey prove fruitful. No, they would not put us through the sight of that sublugar again, would they? Surely not. Rightio. Let us head to the quickest way to the Grey Fleet, I think, is through the middle Lanosea and then through the tunnels. Let's check it out. Ethernet down to the Zephyr Gate. Let's grab our bird, although I don't think our bird is going to be that fast today, so let's go find out. Alright, up to the gate. Oh no, it's passably swift. Quicker than me running for a change. I don't feel like I have to get out and push or threaten to race it. Ooh, that is tempting. Okay, keep going. I know it's a fate. How can I resist? Ooh, especially as it's do I have my yokai watch on with this character? Well, no joining in fates until we put that thing on. There are so many side quests we haven't done. Those we're going to use to level up our alt classes while we're waiting for things to pop, which could be a bit. It's, what is it, it's Friday here, so I think it will be Tuesday when next we run. I think that's a notoriously slow day for getting raids and whatnot to pop. So we'll probably develop some of our old jobs on that day. That's right. Oh, I can fly. Why am I running? Because I've spent most of this game running. That's why. Yes, I did just ride the bird into someone's inn. I should get off the bird now. Oh God. Now look here, you. You'll have your bloody story right after you carry those sacks of grains over to the mill. But sir, that's what you said before you had me pick those oranges for you. And before I mucked out the Chocobo stables. And before I rolled that millstone over to the mill. And also before... Gods, man. I worked 3 days straight without a wink of sleep. 3 days. And do you hear me complaining? Bah, I suppose some of us just ain't made for the rougher stuff. All right, all right. I'll give you what you want. Never let it be said that old Track Tomb ain't a generous soul. Old Track Tomb badly needs some pants. Now prick up your ears, because I won't be repeating myself. Too modest, see? Besides, there's only so much epicness a man can take in one sitting, you can. The tale of Track Tomb's epic victory over the dread primal Leviabetus. Now, Leviabetus is huge, make no mistake. To give you an idea how big, each of his scales is about as wide across as me members long. And that's no mean feat, let me tell you. Please. Why am I reading this out loud? When I fought him, I could barely see for all the brine he was pelting me with. Must have been a lagoon's worth at least. Even knocked me trusty axe out of me hands at one stage. Of course, that proved to be a grave mistake. What happened next? Why, I grabbed him by the tail and tied him up in knots. But not wanting to take all the glory for myself, I let me mates in the company of heroes handle the rest. Like I said, I'm modest as well as heroic. Mayhap too modest. Now, there's some as say you can never truly beat Leviabetus, that you've got to learn to live with him and make the best of a bad situation. Not the company, though. Exactly, my friend. Oh, it's you. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. I was just enjoying the attention, is all. I take back everything I said. I was never part of the company of heroes. I'm no marauder. I'm actually a complete coward. I'm nothing. I'm Chocobo dung. No, I'm the maggots you find wriggling in the Chocobo dung. I have to lie to women to tumble them, and that don't happen much. Me member's tiny. It's pathetic. I sure as hells didn't fight Leviabetus, but I have seen him with me own eyes. 'Twas a fair few years back when I was working as a baker's hand. I was shirking me duties one day, loitering about the harbour when I saw it. A great big massive sea serpent some miles off the coast, with a fleet of galleons making straight for it, cannons firing. I was so bloody scared I sawed myself right then and there. What? Oh, gods, just remembering that day made me saw myself all over again. Hey, wait. If you're asking after Leviabetus, it means you're planning to fight him, ain't you? Well, take care. He really is terrible. Dreadful, I tell you. If you're not careful, you'll end up in his gullet or at the bottom of the sea. Why, you worthless, lying whoreson. I can't believe you made me handle Chocobo dung. At least he didn't make you do his laundry, mate. Anyway. Mist Walker, this is Minfilia. Were you able to learn aught of use against Leviathan? I beg your pardon? Leviabetus? I see. That is unfortunate. At any rate, I have tidings for you. The twin vessel is now complete. We await you at the Morabi dry docks. Pray make your way here as soon as you are able. Leviabetus. And now he's sitting down. I surely hope he changed that subligar before he did that. Right, where are we going? I know, people's unfortunate personal habits aside, report to Einzar at the Moraby dry docks. I don't think we're allowed to call him Captain Mistbeard, though he is somewhat of a scholar on the topic. Alrighty, let's head on over. We do have a little teeny tiny bit of time. Don't make my mistake and run up the stairs or the ramp, because then you'll have to jump over the wall and it's high enough to actually be painful. So, well, you don't have to. You could run all the way back down. Einzor Schlafiersen. I'm told your jaunt to the grey... Oh no, how does he go? I'm told your jaunt to the Grey Fleet proved fruitless. My sympathies, lass. I'll wager it served to take your mind off the events of recent days, though. You could say that. Anyway, but enough of that nonsense. The moment of truth is upon us. The twin vessel, the Whirl Eater I call her, is complete, and she surpasses all my expectations. In addition to her prodigious tonnage, she has been fitted with a platform that you and yours might maneuver freely in battle. I would mention also that she is nigh unsinkable, but I'm not one to tempt fate. The Whirl Eater and her crew stand ready, my friend. Just give the word, and we shall bear you to Leviathan. All right, Admiral. Word. Lord of the world, Einzar stands ready to send you off to your encounter with the Lord of the world. World, not world. Oh my god. I think I've said that about 3 times so far. Ah, I know that look. You are ready. Having been constructed in some haste, the Whirl Eater may not be pretty, but I assure you she's capable. She has been fitted with what your friends at Noldic and Vermelis are calling an elemental converter. Assuming the thing works, it will use the power of the corrupted crystals on board to rob Leviathan of his hold over water. Depending on how the battle unfolds, you may well need to activate the device manually. Keep that in mind. Right. Ooh, okay. It is expected that the Sahagin and their thralls will attempt to come to Leviathan's defense. Accordingly, the Maelstrom will once again employ diversions. Thancred and Ishtola, I would have you assist in this effort. If it is to fulfill its purpose, your diversionary force must not want for numbers. By your leave, I too would volunteer my blade. We would welcome it. Having seen you fight in the Sapsa, I dare say the fishbacks will find your presence highly diverting. Thancred and Ishtola, if you would join the 3rd levy, and Lady Yugiri the 5th. Okay. But what words have I for the woman who has made a sport of slaying gods? Only these. Go warily, for the sea is an unforgiving place to wage war. May the navigator guide you through the storm, warrior of light. I would echo the Admiral's sentiments, add a few words of mine own. Know that we all have the utmost faith in you, Mistwalker. May the crystal bless and keep you. The Whirl Eater Hard is now accessible. The duty finder has been updated with a new duty. Alrighty, now I have about half an hour before I need to end stream because it is a school day, so I've got to make sure my podling gets off to school. So what I'm going to do is we'll pop in for about 15 minutes, and if it hasn't popped by then I won't risk being late. Rightio, let's go. Duty finder. We're going to go in as a white mage? We probably should. Oh yeah, we're going in as a white mage. That is not my usual character outline, really. Normally these are all full. I'll have to fix that. And these need to be beefed. We're missing leatherworker and culinarian. So those are our holes in our hand things. These need to all be up at about 60 by the end of Heavensward. I've just hit the wrong one again. Classes and jobs. And these need to be more numerous, but maybe we'll just work them through to level 60 and do all the jobs for each job while we're waiting. In between trials and whatnot. Okay, enough wiffle waffle. Let's jump into Duty Finder and sign on for... It was a raid, wasn't it? Was it a trial? It was a trial. I get these two muddled up still. 3,000 hours of play, and I haven't quite got my terms down pat yet. The World Leader hard is what we're looking for. Tempting as it is to sign on for the other ones we might not have done, we'll just go one so we don't miss it if it pops. And 7 minutes. Really? Okay. As you wish. Now, what mischief are we going to get up to while we're waiting? This is our main story quest, so we're not going to be dodging it. We've done all of our job quests for Misty. Does anyone have a preference as to which of these ones we chase, or shall I just start at the top of the list? We have Gladiator, Pugilist, Lancer, and Thaumaturge, all out of Uldar, or we can start an entirely new one out of Limsa. Arcanist will give us access to another healing class, which is okay to jump between this and that and White Mage, provided you just give your head a little minute to adjust. Let's have a look. Alright, into journal. Like fish passing in the night is the top quest that we have there. What is our fisherman's gear level? Let's go into see for character, across to gear set. Zippity-doo-dah on down to fisher. We have a gear level of 18 and that's a level 30 quest. What's my highest level gatherer? Right. What's my gear level for miner and botanist? The same. Alright, what's my fund level looking like? Radio, let's go and do some of that. Let's go and upgrade our gear. Now technically I could just do it cheaply and just wait until we increased it through, and that was what I was originally doing, but it's too slow. We could just increase it through our questing, but like I said, it's a bit slow, so why don't we go and see what gear we can pick up in the markets. We're not, I don't think, of a level in our company. A Storm Sergeant. Yeah, we're not really of a level for access to the higher level crafting and gathering gear in our company, so we'll do it this way instead. So we have our jeweler. What's our jewelry looking like? Well, pointless to look at that one, isn't it? Level 25 jewelry and stuff. What are we? Level 36 and level 40. Okay, the level 10 on the headgear is ridiculous. Let's see what we can do about that. See if we've picked anything up that we need to fix. No. Right. Swazblade's tempting. Alright, into the jeweler. Fieldcraft and tradecraft accessories. Highest level fieldcraft stuff we can pick up. So level 35, that's CP. GP. Right, we'll pick that one up. Toddle on down to our chokers. We're after gathering, which is usually at the bottom. Level 25, level 35, grab that thing. If you're ever unsure about what you've picked up or what you've got on you, just have a look in this column here and it'll tell you what you've already got. Wristbands of gathering, 27. Okay, that looks like the highest one we can get here. Let's just grab that then. And we'll wander on down. Toad skin ring is 30. Why is it less than what we've got? Okay, I have a level 20 and a level 11. So I don't know quite what that's about. Let's pick up our 30. I don't know if I'm going to be able to put these on, but we'll find out the hard way. Wait. Okay, we don't need to pick that one up. We've already got that one. So let's see how we went with those. Alright. Now we're item level 22. Jewelry's the easiest thing to level up your gear with. It's also the cheapest thing if you're a little short of cash. So it can make a tiny bit of difference and then you can earn some more. 30 to 39 because we're equipping for our lowest level gatherer. Alrighty, angler's hat. That's good. Best of gathering is level 32. That's level 36. Let's do that one. Okay, short skin. That's level 38. So we'll go to level 35. I might pick up the 38s anyway, because I can put them on my level 40s, and then this one can grow into it. I know, it's a quick way to spend 10, 20 grand. Again, we'll do the same thing. We can afford to do both, so we will do both. And the boarskin crack hours of gathering, we'll do that as well. Right, how did we go? Did we pick up anything we didn't need? Let's find out. So all I'm going to do is work my way down my list. Seeing as we're in Limsa, it looks like we're doing Bishan. Okay, level 26 is better. It's not ideal, but it is an improvement. Let us toddle on and we'll grab our miner. We'll update that while we remember. And then we'll grab our botanist and we will update that while we remember. Rightio. Brilliant. Now, back to fisherman. I know, 7 minutes, so it's only been 6 minutes so far. We are doing what now with where now? Let us go with our J. Look at this. The fireworks in the background. You can see these from everywhere. From Gridania and from Uldar. Everywhere you go, you'll see these fireworks in the background. When I first started playing and my very first Rising came on, I had no idea what they were about. It was pretty good. Okay, now. Like fish passing in the night. What does he want? Oh, spoonworms. Bloodshaw. It's 4:18 Eorzean time. We are not going to be able to do that. But let's at least make sure we have our spoonworms. We need this way. So we're going to go and buy some bait. This is where you buy bait in Limsa. You come down to the Ethernet shard for Hawker's Alley. And then you turn and instead of going to the next top one, you go down this way. Don't go across the plaza. Wander down here to Cinny Hill, the Fieldcraft supplier. Right click on him. Go to purchase items, okay? Actually, that's the other thing. We can upgrade our tools. And this is where you'll find them. Now, I just need to see if I've got spoonworms. So if we look in our bag, we'll know which bait we've got. Where's my J for journal? What do I need? Spoonworms. It was spoonworms. You can buy spoonworms at Costa del Sol as well. There's a merchant there you can buy them from. We just need to find... Might have to go there to get it, actually. Oh, no, there they are. And I have none in the basket. So let's fix that little problem. We will never have to buy spoonworms again. Rightio. Like I said though, the if you read the description, it basically says fish can only be caught after sunset. We're looking at 4:14 AM. Usually by 2 AM, usually by 6 AM, you start catching a different kind of fish. We could go there anyway. Let's do it. Doodaloo. Wrong one. Costa del Sol rafter. Right here. Oh no, I'm not sure I want to actually go to Costa because it's going to look really empty after without the ship in the background. It's like that after every event when you have the see, she's not there. And the skyline looks so much emptier without her. The Queen Lahmin. Rightio. Where I like to go to try and catch these fish, and it's getting really late in the day for them. is, let's just hit that. Yep, we want sprint, so we swim faster. I like to toddle on out to this rock over here. And it usually takes a couple of evenings worth of fishing to get it. So we've waited 9 minutes now. Yeah, I don't think she's going to pop. It is a weekday here, so most of the locals won't be out until tonight. That's okay, and I don't stream at night, so this poor character is just going to have to take her luck. We might go up here. Alright, 5:20 AM. We might catch one if we make sure we have our spoonworms. Lugworm, bloodworm, butterworm, spoonworm. Radio. Let's chum it so they bite faster. Let's go 2. You see the different fish floating around. Don't think this is it, but anyway. Oh, no, there it is. A full moon sardine. Wonderful. We need to catch 10 of them inside 28 minutes. Eorzean minutes. 2. Alright. 2. Okay, I was just going to give up on it, but no, that's good. It is taking us some time though. We might have to chum it each time. 3. Chumming. So I'm not using any of my special skills here. I'm just using the right bait and gear IL of 26. And I forgot to upgrade my rod, which I should have done. 548, that is not full moon sardine. It might be a new fish though. Help us level. Yep, there's an angelfish. We have about 8 minutes. So yeah, so the full moon sardines can be a bit frustrating to catch. That looks like another angelfish, but it could be something else that we haven't got. There's the sunrise. Okay, so once you start catching Bianak brims, you are generally 10,000 XP as a bonus. You generally are out of luck for your sardines. So let's go and see what other job we can level in the meantime. Into J for Jonah, we'll just work our way down the thing. Civilized men and women. That's actually pretty easy to find. We need to go up to the foreign levy at the airship landing. Let's teleport back to Limsa. We're out of our free trip at the moment because it's still refreshing. That was a very short fishing trip. So yeah. Alrighty, airship landing. Once you've unlocked every single Ethernet shard in Limsa, Uldar and Ukradanya, you get access to the airship landing. You don't have to run and find it. Took me a little while to learn that one, but there you go. Alright, we don't need to be a fisherman for this. Let's make that foreign levy flyer a little bit happier. Hi. Oh, don't salute me, mate. I work for a living. Sergeant Lenara, come to join the fight, have we? Very good indeed. Alright, this is Cartno Flats. Hopefully. So this unlocks the PvP. Once you get to this point. I don't do a lot of PvP because, well, when I do a lot of dying because I'm not very good at it, but and it's really chaotic. I'll have to run one just to show you. It's just utter chaos. I'm not sure it's fun yet. We'll work it out. Oh boy. So it's more like fighting to first blood than fighting to the death. Kind of. but we have unlocked it now. Now, before we proceed, I must warn you, this isn't going to be like some jaunt in the wolves' den. You'll be pitted against wave after wave of fellow Alliance members in battle, and they won't care one whit that you're the warrior of light. This campaign will be long and brutal, and victories won today may be undone tomorrow. Consider the Borderland ruins. We need only seize control of each ruin in the region, right? Wrong. Defense is paramount as well, for our rivals will muster forces to challenge our claims. It is for that reason that we have established an airship route direct to the front line. Those who are ready and willing to fight will never want for transportation. Ah, but that look on your face bespeaks confusion. Are we at war or not? What is this bollocks about no killing? What in the seven hells is going on? That's what you're thinking, yes? It's less war and more organised violence to resolve a territorial dispute. And yes, it is to be civilised violence. Killing Alliance members is strictly prohibited, though accidents have been known to happen, mind you. But you of all people have nothing to fear. You've escaped death more times than I can count. What are the odds you'll fail to do so this time, eh? Alrighty. And we'll complete that one. We will let this run while I read Frontline, just in case it pops. There's a couple of us waiting. Alright. The Borderland ruins, located on the outskirts of the Cartoneau Flats, are now accessible. Control of this ancient Allegan site is decided via large-scale player versus player, or PvP, battles, known as frontline campaigns. Speak with a Grand Company flyer at one of the airship landings for further details. There you go. Now, I think if we were to chat with him... Ah, Sergeant Lunara, well met, well met. Come to join us on the front line, or perhaps you've questions to ask. He would give us a lot of information here, so you could actually just go through and discover what the basics of each one is, what the battles are, what the Borderland ruins are, the different nodes. So it's all in here if you're really not sure of like what each different individual field is like that you're going to be going on, what it looks like, and what the conditions are to win at it. But there you are. That is our PvP front lines unlocked. We could go fishing. We could. Highway robbery. Well, we can go and unlock the kobolds too. Rightio. These are our Allied Society quests. I'm not sure if I've unlocked any yet. I think I have. Let's check. Reputation. Okay. So in each expansion, there's a group of beastmen that you can befriend, and then you can do do quests for and help. And as you work through the quests, as each one of these levels is completed, you get another little bit of story that goes with their development of that area. So in A Realm Reborn, this is fairly basic, but as you progress to the more advanced levels, like Heavensward or Stormblood, as you go through, the changes that you make as you advance each level actually become more clear, and it's actually more rewarding to get there. The other things you unlock with Allied Societies, there are mounts, there are minions, there's furnishings, there's crafting materials that would take you ages to go get, but you can actually get them from there. And in the case of at least the Ixal, there are crafting materials that you can only get for the Allied Society currency that you will need to do things like buy certain crafting manuals with, because you need to exchange a crafted good that requires that material. So they're worth unlocking. They take a long time to complete. At the very end of this one, I think there is a final quest and you get a title for it. But in each one of them has their own little unique mount and or minion. Actually, and you unlock another set of minions once you've completed the very final quest, once all of these are at their fullest. So they're worth doing. Let's go and unlock the kobolds then. But I might just jump out of Duty Finder so that it doesn't pop when I need to log off, because that would be disappointing for people, I think. It's disappointing to withdraw, but that's okay, that happens. Next stream, that'll be a priority. Right. Let's go. Highway robbery. Can we unlock See, this is why I have so many alt jobs running, and why I've unlocked a lot, because we're not going with there. We're going to Swift Perch, so we don't need the lift. Sorry, mate. I disturbed you for nothing. There you are. I guess while we're at Swift Perch, we can also unlock a fishing hole that's there, which is another way to advance our fishermen. So we'll do a couple of things while we're in this area. We'll have a quick chit chat to Sluftwiz, who is over here. Skateswiz, sorry. All these Swisses, I get them all muddled up. Alrighty. Skateswiz. Then Lane take the lot of you. You'd have me believe there's not a single piece of evidence in this entire God's forsaken hamlet. And who might you be? An adventurer come on behalf of old Trackrate, who said I was looking for help anyway. Trackrate did. I'll have you both know that's all clear skies and smooth sailing here. I was just about to file my report to... Hey, I ain't fooling no one. A good tons of saltpeter has been snatched from our hands, like as not, by someone who used it to sink our fair limbs into the bottom of the sea. All right, I'll share with you what me men have gleaned. I warn you, it ain't much. Given the scope of the act, we believe it was a coordinated effort by a well-trained group. What's more, given the sheer speed with which the scurvy thieves vanished from our sight, I reckon they have knowledge of the passages unknown to us. I had me hopes up that my men would have found something, but they had no such luck. What say ye? Care to take a look around, see if you can find the evidence me half-blind and thrice-daft subordinates couldn't? Well, with an invite like that, how could I resist? Let's go this way. We could look outside the hamlet, but I think... Yes, there it is. Let's go this way. Pick up our crooked pickaxe. That sounds familiar. Right. We found one clue. I wonder if there's any more. No, it looks like we're turning this one in. Oh, actually, it looks like I've got a... Oh no, that's a different one. I need horseshoe crabs for that, if I remember rightly. It's definitely pirates. Well, we have to go unlock that then. Mistwalker, was it? Well, find any evidence that could shed some light on our investigation? I did. I found a crooked pickaxe. Eh? What have you with you? What have we here? A pickaxe? And a rather sorry looking one at that. Do you reckon this was left behind by the perpetrators? In my time with the Maelstrom, I've confronted just about every pirate, brigand and highwayman in these parts, but I've not known any of them to employ a tool like this. No, I'd wager more than a round at the wench that our band of grubby little thieves ain't no ordinary men. Aye, it's becoming clear to me. And yourself, no doubt. Tell me, Mr. Walker, might you be thinking what I'm thinking? A rogue regarden. I'm thinking it's the conniving kobolds. I knew you were a sharp one. Aye, the moment I laid eyes on that pickaxe you found, me mind was convinced. The primitive make of this tool, and all too healthy interest in explosives, all signs point to those rat-faced rapscallions being behind all this. It's so bloody obvious now that I could almost keep myself, and me good-for-nothing men, for not coming to this conclusion sooner. But this is hardly time for whinging. No, we must strike quickly if we're meant to reclaim what's ours. Camp Overlook is our front line of defence against those tunnel burrowing thieves. If anyone has a notion of where they've taken the saltpeter and how they plan to use it, it'll be Commander Bloden. I'm off to deliver me report, but I've an hunch our job has only begun. What say you come along, Miss Walker? You're the first capable woman I've worked with today. Oh, wow, ouch, girl. We will come along. What we're going to do first, though, is we're going to... Have we unlocked this area? Let's have a look. We might have done. We don't need to unlock anything here. We haven't unlocked these things in Western Lunacia. Are you kidding me? Oh, I've already got it running. Whoops. We might take a little fishing detour. Western Lunacia, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fishing holes to unlock. Right. We found Swift Perch, Brewer's Beacon and Skull Valley. I am reckoning there's at least one in here. And then I'm thinking there's at least one over here. That's 2. I think that's not. Let me just check. M. That's Middle Eorzea. Alright, let's have a look at our map then. Alright, so we found this one. We found this one. They overlap. This is this. That's not water. Alright, I think we need to go fishing in the Sapsa spawning grounds. And maybe we need to go fishing out where this is, the Serpent's Tongue. That would be 2. Alright, let's go get those first, because I am running out of time, so we'll see how we go. We can fly. This is not something to be... Oh, Lord. I'm going fishing. Right. I'm not sure I can handle that. Alright, so we're also going to keep an eye out for anything that looks particularly special, like significant structures in the area. Because usually if there's a significant structure or a little red dot... No, that doesn't have any water near it. Like here. We'll have a look in there. I know I'm watching my marker. So we might try fishing off here, and then we'll try fishing off at Nov's nursery and see if those are 2 different areas. We have our little secret squirrel stuff going, don't we? Yes. Alrighty. What? Oh, wow, okay. Let me just... I turned my secret squirrel stuff off. Right, now you can't see me, you little devils. No, you can see me. Do you know why? Because I am not high enough. Oh, no, because everything's off. I turned that back on, I swear it. Now I have to run until the drumbeat music goes off. And they stop chasing me. Will you put your sneak back on, girl? You crazy fisherwoman. There is no such thing as winning a dare when you're dead. Alright, this is ocean. We don't know what level fishing hole that is. I'm going to say if the monster's a level 44, then we need bait. That's somewhere up in our highest level. This looks like my highest level bait. Freshwater. Lakes. Freshwater. 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 I don't know if that's going to be helpful. That's a minnow. I think that's going to be an unsuitable bait, but let's give it a shot. I know I didn't. It's an undiscovered fishing hole, so this is one of the places. It's either unacceptable bait or it'll land us something. Let's find out. I think it's unacceptable bait. Oh, it's not unacceptable bait. Okay, cool. It's just surface fish bait, doesn't matter the water. Okay, this is half stone. Let's see if Nov's nursery is a separate. I know I'm about to be really lazy. Actually, no, I'm not, because we're right there. Let's see if Nov's nursery is a separate fishing hole, because on our map it has its own little red dot. So maybe it counts as a different area. Alrighty. I can't use... Oh, let's try standing right next to it. Yes, we can chum it, so we can fish it. You goose. Every time you wriggle it like that. Okay, this is half stone as well. So that's not going to work. Where's my bird? Or my boat? Or whatever happens to answer. I'm not sure I can cope with this boat. We may have to take it off our favourites list. It's driving me a little bit crazy. The next place I said there might be a fishing hole that's separate was down here. I think we can fish off this patch of roof. Maybe. Maybe not. Let's find out. No, everything is greyed out, so we can't fish from up here. Will you just fly down? let's go. We're going to jump off here. Oh, much better. We'll quietly fish over here in the corner if we can. Will you? Thank you, bird. No, we can't. We can fish from here. Okay. No, this is half stone as well. Right. Got me puzzled. Let's toddle on this way then. Why are we going out to sea? Because we're a little bit crazy, that's why. How much trouble do we want to get into? I don't know. Can we fish from the Aetheryte site? Well, let's find out. I know next thing we know, we're sacrificed to the sea dragon. That'd be right. We can fish from here. We could probably be safer fishing here. It's an undiscovered fishing hole, so this is fishing hole number 2 out of our, I don't know how many that we needed. So this is another way of leveling up your fishermen. It's pretty relaxing if you like your fishing. And each of these fishing holes has a plethora of fish that we need to catch. So if I go, when we just drag that thing up. Milthor Goby. So when we go in here, once you've fished a fish from anywhere else, it'll tell you if you can fish it from where you're at. So as you can see, we're only missing 2 fish in here, but we're not going to hang around yet. We are going to go and find our next fishing hole. Now this one I think we have to go, oh dear. This one I think we have to go inside for, because I reckon we can fish maybe, oh hello, oh it's the Moogle raft. It is doom on you. Now I have to find somewhere safe to land where I'm not going to get murdered before I can put my sneak back on. Okay, so just be aware, if you've got your sneak running and you use the Moogle raft, you may end up dead if you're here. Now I think this is still the Reaver's hideout waters. Either that or they're level 49. Yeah, they're a level high enough to see us too. Yep. Run, rabbit, run! We could be dead. Oh, yeah. So, basically, your sneak will work wonders on the proviso that you are not... I'm so sorry, Mr. Walker. That you are... that you are not 10 levels lower than the monsters around you. Right, we may have to go and find those unexplored thingamy-whatsits when we're a slightly higher level fisher person. What? It is so too funny. Let's change back to our white mage, and we'll go and finish unlocking these kobolds. Ah, rightio. See, look, you learn what not to do. It's like, I did completely forget that they were a sufficient level. So when we're in the area behind the wall, they're only like level 44, which means they can't quite see us. But when we're in the area in the caves, they, as you saw, they're level 49, which means they're like, you, I see you, that's not your fish to fish. Alrighty, what am I doing? I'm going to Camp Overlook. We will finish up with unlocking the kobolds. Oh dear. So it's not my Moogle raft that's killing me. It was me killing me, which is funny. Actually, you know what? I think we may have to unlock this in a bit. Okay. Oh, did I come to the wrong spot? I did come to the wrong spot. What am I doing today? I don't know. J for journal. Highway robbery. No, speak with Bloden. Okay, Bloden at Camp Overlook. He will be lurking around here. There he is. Commander Bloden. Make it quick, adventurer. As you can see, I've got my hands full with our little friend here. Pardon me.
This is an outrage, a farce, an atrocity, an outrage. This is an insult, and we kobolds will not stand for it. No, no, stand no more.
You'll not have legs to stand on if you don't quit blabbering and spill the truth about what ye scurvy rats are plotting.
Plotting? There is no plotting. No, no. We plot nothing. Not, nil, nothing.
Enough! Unlike you and your ilk, I've a working pair of eyes and at least half me wits about me. You think I've not seen you lot blasting and scurrying around Ugamaro of late? Commander Bloden, sir. Skate Swiss? Aye, it's a treat to see me old trainee, but I fear a brew and kobold plot demands me attention. Mistwalker here and I just might be able to help you with that, Commander. I trust you've heard the news of our missing shipment of saltpeter.
So soon she knows? This cannot be. No, no, it cannot be.
Ha! I knew it. Your endless tongue wagon has finally dug your own grave.
It was not us. No, no, not us. It was them. Yes, yes, them.
What nonsense is this? Beady eyes, frizzy tail, a punishment for causing us trouble. Kobold's a kobold.
This is not so. No, no, not so. There are kobolds, and then there are kobolds, and then there are kobolds still. It is the low ones who stole your precious saltpeter, the ones who live down beneath, down below.
Beneath and below? Come to think of it, me scouts did mention a particularly scraggy band of kobolds, what seemed to have made their home at the cliff base.
Yes, yes, this is the place. That is the home of the 789th. They are the worst of the worst. They are the most stinky, smelly, scummy, stinky, and ugly too.
Commander, as the presiding officer in this investigation, I request permission to go below and investigate the so-called 789th. Furthermore, I would enlist this adventurer to join me. She's proven herself capable, and it would seem we go up against a worthy foe. As you please, Lieutenant, but I warn you, be careful down there. The sight of a kobold won't strike fear into anyone's heart, but their bite, and their bombs, are a fair sight worse than their bark. Understood, Commander. Will not let you down, and with that, I take my leave, till sea swallows all. Well, Miss Walker, are you ready to take on the scurviest band of kobolds in La Sea? You best be, because I'm counting on you to make yourself useful. Oh, she is she? Right, now we could follow her round the bridge and through the kobold territory and bloody-bloody-blah, but what we are going to do is... Okay, I do need to stop. I'm going to just fly on down this way. Where we will find the 789th. Oops, I've triggered the cutscene. Oh, well, let's finish it then. Well, well, what have we here? 1, 2, 3 crates of saltpeter. It would seem our kobold informant spoke true. What the? Surrounded. Stand ready, Mr. Walker. Aye. Are you just going to stand there squeaking at me all day? Fight with honour or die like the rats you are. They don't look like they want to fight.
Are there no alternatives? Choices, options, alternatives, such as perhaps surrender? Yes, yes, surrender. We surrender.
Did you just say surrender?
Yes, yes, we surrender. Yield, submit, surrender.
What in the seven hells? I know, girl. They're crazy, right? Right. However, we're going to discover how crazy they are next stream. I'll just drop myself down here by skate Swiss so I remember where we're at. And what I'll do next stream is I'll pop myself in for the Lord of the World hard, and we'll continue investigating our kobold friends. But until next time, thank you so much for hanging with me. Beg pardons for being a bit emotional during the rising, but anyway, hopefully you enjoyed the stream and have a really good afternoon over there, or evening, or morning, as the case may be if you're over here. But until next time, I'm going to bid you adieu. We have more Final Fantasy in 4 days' time, some Elder Scrolls Online in 2 days' time. Tomorrow we have Traveler's Rest, which is a taverning game, and 3 days from now we have My Time at Sandrock, which is a workshop building adventure game. But until then, I'll check you later. See you later, too, Lucky. Enjoy your afternoon. Okay. And see you later, my lurking friend. Take care.